Yeah, you can tell when the air pressure eventually bleeds away, because the rear airbags deflate. Is it morning? Yeah, it's morning. Good morning, people of internet land. Ooh, it's toasty in here. Ooh, my glasses are fogging up. Okay. Yep, time for some air condition. It is currently Friday the 14th as I record this at 11:23 in the morning. And guess what? We're going to pick up all our kids from school. We're having a half day today. And to be perfectly honest with you, nobody really knows why. Do I have any paper towels? Please? Somewhere? No? Dadgummit. Nobody really knows why we are having a half day. Something along the lines of the teachers wanted a work day of sorts, or a training day or something like that, and they didn't want to call off school entirely. Just wait for this loud Max Force to leave. They didn't want to call off school entirely because we've taken off a bunch of days already for the hurricane. So they said for the government to count it as a full day of being at school, you have to go to at least 11:30. So that's what everybody's doing. The high school gets out at 12 today, and then the teachers will go do their training day or whatever. Okay, I checked the oil this morning and it was fine. So let's go back over here. Yeah, I used up all my paper towels the other day because my field trip group made an absolute mess. Now, in case I upload this before the field trip video, which I might, you can see the bus is fine now, but it was a horrific mess. And that is a story that will be coming probably later after this video, unless I upload that first. I don't know. That was yesterday on the 13th. This is today on the 14th, half day Friday, which now that I'm here doing it, I kind of like. Really? I kind of like half day Friday, to be perfectly honest. It's kind of nice. Not really feasible for us to do year round for a number of reasons, but it's not stopping us from doing it today. Right, wakey wakey. I'm sure 99's very confused right now. Why are you waking me up already? We gotta go back to work. So we will start that fast idle. Alternator's good, fuel and diff are good, air's climbing, temps are fine, oil pressure's stable, and RPM stable. Perfect. Strobe on, and make sure the alternator's fine. We'll take some air condition. I have dust and pollen everywhere in here. Are you working? Yes, you are. Good. You'll notice there's some sand and grass on the floor. Quite a bit of sand right there, actually. That's nothing unusual. That I can deal with. The absolute state that this bus was in after the field trip, though, between trash and everything from about there back on the floor being a swamp of milkshake mud. Yeah, that's a rant for that other video. We won't get into that right now. There's Might be some that I missed right there, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know how I get sand everywhere in here. Right. Let's clock in. Routes. Yeah, I literally parked the bus at 8:30 and it's 11:30.
What is your ETA?
So, I probably could have found something to do around the yard, but I decided to go home and start editing the field trip footage. Because that was a weird day. Would you like to...
About 5 minutes.
Sorry. I'm not good at multitasking. I'm hearing that. Shut up! I'm hearing that and trying to do this and thinking about what I'm saying to the camera. What's our odometer? 204, 263. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, we'll go outside. Boom, 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 boom. Open that. What is that? I don't know. I'm not even gonna put that out until I sweep that out. Cool. Blinky blink. Pollen everywhere, even though I just had the bus washed. Yeah, 99 actually got her monthly service a day early. Okay, now I hit the amber switch. Why did nothing happen? Dadgummit. Let's go back up here and push the button again because I didn't look in the mirror like I should have. Let's try this again. Go. Thank you. And back outside. What was I saying? Oh yeah, 99 got her service a day early, which means I came to the yard to find a surprisingly refueled and a surprisingly clean bus, because they refuel them and throw them in, or throw them, lol, run it through the wash after a monthly service. Perks of having lovely mechanics. So yeah, the outside was fine, and it still is, but I mean, if you look close, if I can remember what angle the GoPro's at, there's, yeah, pollen. I took my truck through the car wash, and within about half an hour there was pollen buildup on it, so, you know, that's just South Georgia for you. It's all, good God. That's also sand. Front looks fine. Thank you to whoever pointed out that one marker light being out. My mechanic did fix that as well. I think he said it was one on the back. Kill that, send that away. No. No, that caught me out. It's technically still the morning, so the bus thinks I'm driving 99 AM route. No, that's not what I'm driving, but yes, I'm driving a route. 99 PM, select. Wait. No, it auto-selected the AM. I don't want the AM. Start just the PM. There we go. Man, I got in a rhythm right there. I'm so used to just bada bing, bada boom, do it. And just at the last second, it caught my eye and I went, wait, no, you're sneaky. That's not right. Okay, I'm gonna run to the office for a sec, and then we're gonna get out of here. Right, I'm back, and I got paper towels. So, I'll close that, and get out of here. If I can figure out the right direction for my seatbelt, even. This seatbelt, actually, when I got 99, was backwards in this thing, and it drove me nuts. And once I kind of deduced that I was staying on 99 for a while, I was like, let me fix that. And it took me about 10 minutes. It was rather aggravating, but I did get it to fix. It's toasty in this bus because it's like a greenhouse, like I've mentioned a few times before, but it actually feels quite nice outside. 67 Fahrenheit, occasionally a gentle breeze, 77% humidity, which is not great, but you know, That's Georgia for you. We also figure out on the rainy days that these speed bumps kind of accidentally create a drainage problem, so you kind of get rainwater that builds up next to them, which is fine until you forget it's there in the dark of 6 a.m. and walk right through it. So occasionally that does happen, but there's the wrecker. Yeah, guess who I saw getting towed in by the wrecker? 0909. Y'all remember that bus I looked at one day that I said was my high school bus I rode on? Yeah, that one. I was like, oh dear, what happened to you? But I haven't had the chance to ask anybody about it. $200 degrees on the engine already. Can you not? I have noticed that yesterday and today 99's temp has been slightly higher than normal. Usually it'll get to about 195, 190 before the fans kick in to push it back down. But lately it's been getting up at 200, and every once in a while it gets slightly past 200. It's not a huge problem. It's not really any problem, to be honest, but when you drive something for long enough, you start to notice little things like that. Or like the fact that when I release the brakes, the secondary air tank drops slightly quicker than the primary air tank. I'm not sure why, but I've noticed that as well. We did hit 204,000 miles on 99. Which is, some people get concerned by high mileage. I'm not, because frankly, I'm not the one fixing it if something breaks, most of the time. Okay, got an ambulance here, so we'll just shimmy over on the sidewalk and make sure I don't hit any pedestrians. I was sitting in that driveway right there, and it kind of dawned on me. I was like, I hope he's not turning in that driveway, because I might be sitting in kind of a bad spot. So that's why I kind of eased forward on the sidewalk. Log trucks. Nothing new there. I see those guys just about every day. I say just about every day. I think it is. Pretty sure it is every day. Just about every day. Got a half day Friday going into the weekend. I swear we should do this more often. Just the very subtle, like, spiritual uplift you feel just from knowing it's a half day, and like the fact that I'm driving a school bus at 11 in the morning, which is highly unusual. I like it. I think we should do it more often. But it kind of would, I know it would create a mess with a lot of extracurriculars, especially at the high school, which is probably one of the many reasons that it would never, the idea would never take off. As far as being something we do regularly, I can't say that word. Alright, now those log trucks I know are turning there, like they always do. So usually I can use them to create a hole to let me take the left lane. Even though that Toyota behind me is probably not too terribly happy that I merged at the same time as him. But he'll get over it. Some of those windows have smashed up their paper towels and they rattle again now, and some of them don't. So I'm debating, do I go back down the row and replace all of the things I wedged in there, or do I just leave it? Or do I try to find something better to squish in there that's not gonna eventually flatten itself out? I don't know. What I do know is it's Friday and I'm happy. That's a very nice shade of blue on that truck. Not crazy about the Florida Gator tag, but the shade of blue on the truck is very nice. Yeah, go dogs. Anyway. What in the world is that? Hey? What the heck is that? Like a piece of a paper how long has that been down there? Never noticed that before. I just accidentally stabbed the brake pedal while trying to throw that in the trash can. Good thing I was only moving 0.5 miles an hour. Alright, now get to move on, please. That was a terrible accent. I'm gonna just edit that out. Now why is this guy standing here looking like he wants to cross the road? There's a crosswalk right there. Use it. Hey, hey, yay, there we go. He realized. Look at him, he's walking over to the crosswalk. Good job, buddy. You're learning. Well, look at the Easter eggs. I didn't notice that this morning. Maybe because I don't come this way this morning. I didn't know we had Easter decorations at the courthouse. I knew we had Christmas decorations. Nice. Green light. I haven't had lunch yet, so I'll definitely do that after this route, because I'll be done at 1:30. Everything is backed up exactly 3 hours for these half days. So the high school gets out at 3 normally, but they get out at 12 today. Middle schools get out at 3:30 normally. They get out at 12:30 today. I had to think about that for a second. My bus performs a lot better fuel-wise on the field trip yesterday than I anticipated. I had refueled the night before, so Wednesday night. And I figured out the hard way, our diesel pump does not do little bits of fuel. It's either full blast or nothing. And if you're wondering how I figured that out, that's because I was trying to crank. Normally I just let it run until the pump clicks off and take it out. But I thought I'd be cheeky and like try to sit there and look in the thing and just inch a little bit, drip a little bit more in there. Because normally when it cuts off, I can look in there and like actually see it. But I couldn't see it yet, so I was like, I'll add just a little bit more. And the tank made a sound that I can only equate to somebody about to throw up. And it then proceeded to throw up. I forgot to turn my radio back up. Oopsie. And it then regurgitated diesel all over my jeans, all over my boots. Can't really see it right here, but I'm pretty, there's still little drip marks on my boots where it dumped on me, and I proceeded to use everything that was in that gravel can to dry it up. So at some point I need to refill my gravel can. but that's not a huge problem. I can deal with that later. And by later, I mean maybe tonight, if I think about it, which I probably won't. The more I sit here and stare at this instrument panel, the more I think Thomas was not using their brain when they updated it, because this is like perfect. Everything has big full circle dials. Everything is nicely laid out. Everything I can see. The only thing I can't see is the very, very bottom of the speedometer. So basically, everything below 5 I can't really see from where my eyes are at, and that's perfectly fine. And then in like 2022 or somewhere around there, they just decided to change the whole dashboard, and I don't know why, but they shrunk it in and made it taller and moved the message board to the bottom, to the bit you can't see, and put all they made these in these full circle gauges into these little like quarter turn gauges and stuck all of them down there. And I'm like, are y'all stupid? Every time I drive, especially because I like to put the steering wheel a little bit flatter, every time I drive one of the younger C2s, I'm always doing this to try and see what's under the thing. Never mind the fact you have to lean up anyway to see around this, but at least it's not a Vision, so as long as I'm not driving a bloody Vision, I'm fine. Ugly things. And people say to me, like, do you see how many Visions are around? Like, they must be doing pretty well. And I'm like, yeah, they sell really well. And they must be decently reliable. But they look ugly. The ergonomics are terrible. I don't know. I just don't understand it. Some people hate the C2. Fine, that's your opinion, whatever. I like the C2, I just wish that post was narrower. Because I don't think it needs to be that wide. I know there's like wiring and stuff in there, but surely it doesn't need to be that wide. So if they would literally just make this post narrower and move that post, I guess, slightly forward, and maybe move the mirror slightly forward, that would fix all of that people complain about. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It is super weird coming in here and the sun is over there. Good God, I can see pollen stains. Just pollen stains all over the ground. Which is why my sinuses are acting up. Do my sinuses work to begin with? No. Does the pollen make them worse? Yes. Would I recommend living in South Georgia if you have any type of allergy at all? No. They did finish this side road. I'm not sure why or what it's for, but there comes a bus sneaking through. Okay. Haven't seen that before, but I have now. Yeah, there's you a good spot. Look at that. The rainwater brings all the pollen down to these low spots, and then it just deposits, like right there. Look at that. Ugh. Look at the black. Look there. Look at the black of the parking lot. It's black and yellow. That's the colors of our competitor high school. That's not good. That's not okay. We need rain. We had some rain a very tiny amount of it yesterday evening, but it wasn't really enough to actually wash anything out. Got some semi-loading going on here. Golf cart. Just wiggle around here. There's a 25. And an 09. Honestly, I'm not gonna miss those buses. I will miss 0909, and 36 was a pretty good spare bus to me. So that bus I'd probably miss an 0909. Other than that, the CEs, I'm not gonna miss any of them. Maybe 23. 23 was a pretty good bus. Other than the minor door problem. And 21 is pretty good when it's not ejecting its own engine belt off. That happened too. Right, so take a little bit of fast idle. Go just double check that all my windows are up, which they are. The beeper coming off of this thing is still acting stupid. So at some point I will need to get that looked at, but I'm not sure when. It happened the other day, actually, during the shuttle run. And I told the kid, basically by hollering back here, because I have no PA. I wish I did. Basically, there was some kids sitting here, and I told them, I said, look at the white attachment bar that's next to the red handle. And I said, like, look, you can see where the wire's going into. I said, just bump it with your hand a few times until it quits beeping. And this idiot stood here, and I kid you not, he went like this. I'm like, no, doofus, you gotta actually hit it. So this was on the interstate, so I waited until we exited, found a spot to pull off, and then came back here and basically beat it into submission. The sensor in that wire's worn out, so it starts screaming at you. It does this, like, listen to this. That's the beeper. Anytime an emergency exit is open, that beeper goes off. And so because that sensor's worn out, occasionally it thinks that the roof hatch is open, even though it's not. Which is part of the reason why I never prop that one open anymore. I only prop this one open for fresh air. But I got 5 minutes till they show up. That's pretty much all for this little video. I know it wasn't very long, but yeah. I may upload this before the field trip video, or I may not. I don't know. To be determined. But I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe. Try to keep your sinuses from catching all this pollen, and I'll catch you in the next one.